for a wild ride? It's Park Talk Radio. DMP taking shots with hot takes as their ammo. We're talking theme parks, news updates, rides and more. Hold on tight, cause we're about to soar. Talking park, we won't hold back, we'll let it all out. Talking park, get your ears ready, cause we're gonna shout. We'll dive into the ride, some anecdotes, and all the fun. No filter here, just two guys trying to be number one.
Welcome again to Park Talk Radio. This is episode 10, a big 10-incher for you. We're excited. We got plenty of news, so much to cover, and lots to talk about. I am here tonight with you, your good co-host, Bill, and I'm joined, of course, by my co-host, Dave. Dave, how are you doing?
Here's to swimming with bow-legged women.
I think you said that one already. It's only been 10 episodes, and we've already
No, I don't think I did. Nope, don't think I did.
Might have been a different Robert Shaw quote.
Yeah, I was gonna do something from the pre-show of ET, but I just couldn't think of something really quick, and I totally forgot to have one prepared again.
Steven.
I guess I'm just a procrastinator.
Trouble.
Something about the
ET
that you won't have to. Something about you won't have to pedal your bicycles
10 million
on the
light
journey.
years.
10 million light years. Don't worry. You won't have to pedal your bicycle 10 million light years to the Green Planet because of all you jackasses on April Fools that posted on there that you're going to have to pedal now.
You're stealing the bit. I had that exact screenshot ready to go for the end of the show during Wall of Shame. Special
God,
April Fool's edition. No. Here's the old Spanish ladies. Steven. Episode 10. It is Park Talk Radio. Be sure to share, like, enjoy, engage, and give us those follows everywhere you listen to podcasts. Tell your friend, hey, do you like theme parks? If they say no, say, hey, do you like terribly unfunny two guys talking about theme parks? Well, then we have just the show for you. Park Talk Radio on also all your socials. parktalkradio@gmail.com for emails, and 407-490-2220 for your texts and calls. Still not a single one over 9 episodes to date, plus the bonus episodes, the e-stop. I can't believe it. We get nothing but bam. We've been offered new warranties on our cars. We don't have cars. How do they even think we have a car? We just sit here in the computer and record our voices.
Our other car is a dune buggy. I don't think you can get insurance on those.
Did you come up with that on your own?
No, I've seen it all over bumper stickers from Disney moms.
Just like My Family is a Nightmare, and it's the Lock, Shock, and Barrel.
Yeah.
From Night Before Christmas. Yep, good one, guys. Oh no, they stole my magnet off my mommy van. That's how it goes, folks. Not to get too deep into the weeds and tangential already. We got plenty to go over, as talked about at the top. Your teaser today. We're going to talk about my park visit real quick. And then we got Tiana, Star Tours, Universal Monster Makeover, Thorpe Park, news, no Big Rock, just news today, our Easter eggs, and the Wall of Shame April Fool's special edition. We're recording on April 4th. April 1st had just occurred. And the day before that, Year of Our Lord, Day of Our Lord, it was Easter. And I, wisely, went over to Disney Springs down here in Florida for Easter Sunday to spend it at House of Blues for brunch with my partner, my mom, and sister. It wasn't too bad. We got there 11:30, had a very expensive brunch. You know, you'd think a standard burger, 2 classic breakfast plates, the Grand Slam at House of Blues, if you want to make it relative, and then some French toast. I didn't have anything to drink. My partner didn't have anything to drink, and my sister didn't. My mom had a single mimosa. How much you think that sucker cost?
They don't do bottomless mimosas.
Oh no, they
at House
do.
of Blues?
They do. It's $20. $20,
Well,
but I didn't want anything yet. It was 11:30 in the morning on a Sunday. I was already messed up Saturday.
I know they do it at some of the on-site hotels at Universal, but I've never had the balls to actually go do it because champagne and I are a bad
Do not
mix.
agree. I got to say, I'm the same wavelength, brother. It's not good.
I could drink a case of beer a day and be just fine if it's spaced out throughout the day. But you give me champagne, especially if it's bottomless, I'm going to keep going and going and going. And I'm not like the Energizer Bunny because eventually I have to stop because I'm puking everywhere.
It's the sugar and the bubbles. There's no Busch latte. There's no delicious tahine-rimmed Busch latte. It's sugar-filled, end result, barf city. So you heard what I said. How much do you think that cost us at the old House of Blues?
Let
Burger.
me give you.
Yeah.
All right. So for one meal or for the whole bill?
For the whole table. 4 of us sitting. 3 of us had water. 1 person had a single mimosa. I had a burger. 2 of them had a Grand Slam equivalent from Denny's. And 1 had French toast.
So logistically, I'm going to say that this should have cost you somewhere in the ballpark of $70 to $80. But I'm going to go out on a limb here and say because it was Disney, your bill was about $150.
That you were right there. It was right under $150 for all of that.
Which is shocking, even though if you ask a normal person that doesn't understand Disney prices, they're not going to give you that answer. I just have a little bit of a background with prices at theme parks. So, but
you're the guy.
It still is shocking.
You're a financial fuck who's causing all this nonsense and the breakdown of the traditional family vacation. We can't eat at the House of Blues because of Dave. He did it. He makes you not be able to eat. He will give you the $20 unlimited drink special, but he won't let you be able to eat because the burger was $22 by itself.
Well, I will say, I've been to House of Blues once. It was not for food. I went there for a Styx concert back in 2012. It was April. Oh, I'm sorry. It was
April?
2013. April of 2013. I went to a Styx concert at House of Blues, and I got tickets for like $25 a piece, and it was standing room. And I had so much fun. I was right up next to the stage. I got so hammered before I went into the venue, and then continued to be hammered in the venue. And not only was it Styx, but it was Tone Loc before Styx. And if you don't know who Tone Loc is the complete opposite of Styx. Tone Loc sang Wild Thing and Funky Co Medina.
Wild Thing.
If you can just imagine an older rap artist performing along with a classic rock band from the 70s, a rap artist from... and this is a quote. This is not anything racism.
Oh,
but
that's not a good
we're
preface.
Watching Tone Loc. No, he said it, not me. We're watching Tone Loc.
Oh, no.
We're watching Tone Loc. He played his 2 songs over and over again because he was kind of a one-hit wonder, Wild Thing, and then Funky Co Medina.
Funky Cold Thing.
And, it was crazy because all these people in the audience, a bunch of old white people, were sitting there waving their arms up and down, getting hype. And he played his 2 songs on repeat a couple of times, and then he said, all right, I'm going to get my black ass off this stage so you crackers can hear what you came here to hear. And I was like, oh, my God.
And this is 5 minutes into your stick show?
Yes, he pretty much was on stage for 5 minutes.
Mr.
He did
Sticks,
great.
please claim your old rapper, man. Oh, no.
But it was actually a very enjoyable experience and not too expensive.
Well, I'll tell you what was fairly enjoyable for the most part, but very expensive. We got there 11:30 for brunch, and we didn't leave Disney Springs till 11:30 that night. We did 12 hours at the D Springs and made several stops. We stopped House of Blues, of course. Then we went to Splitsville and got the Peep-Teeny. If you caught it on the Park Talk radio story, it was disgusting. It was vanilla, marshmallow infused vodka, marshmallow syrup, whole milk, and a sugar rim. Whoa. Could not do it.
I used to love, back when Disney trips were more affordable, going on a week-long Disney trip with my family. The day we got in, we'd go in, I'd spend hours there, just without my family, just, going to the cigar shop and going to Earl of Sandwich and getting a holiday turkey, and then just wandering around Disney Springs and looking at everything. And now it's changed a little bit, but I definitely want to make that a highlight of my trip next time I do a Disney trip.
Well, don't do it on Easter because it's just it was fine in the morning. Once the sun started setting, it just became masses of consumerism and drunk assholes.
Do you think that played into the fact that the parks were probably extremely busy that day as well? Do you think people left the parks to go to downtown
absolutely. Disney? They did it in the morning or, church or whatever. However you observe, you're fine. Good for you. Not for us. At least not for me. Came to the parks, went to Disney Springs and had the brunch, and then went to the parks, and then it probably flip-flopped. They did the parks all day long, then they came there and said, you know what, I'm going to have a nice Easter dinner. I'm going to get on down to the boathouse and shove some oysters into this open mouth hole. Slurp them down. I'd say yes.
I'm glad you had a good time.
Oh yeah, we had a good time. Terrible service at a couple of restaurants. It took 30 minutes. We only had drinks, mind you, to get the check at the end of it. I have it at 2 different locations. Otherwise, had a great time. Bumped into my buddy at the end of the night at City Works. Absolutely excellent. Could definitely recommend some stops along the pathway at Disney Springs, or if you're looking to do a specialized bar crawl, let us know. We'll set you the right way. Moving on, and we gotta start chugging, man. We're slowing down, and we're on the second line item. More Tiana for the recap. We talked about Tiana last week. They announced the official poster for the ride, that the ride's coming soon, and now today they showed off the new audio animatronics for Tiana's Bayou Adventure, which is the re-theme of Splash Mountain in both Disney's Magic Kingdom in Florida and Disneyland over in the West Coast, California. Mama Odie, Louie, Ralphie, Charlotte, and more audio animatronics. And these things look great. They are moving. They are phenomenal. Similar to the Disney Japan Tokyo Disney Beauty and the Beast animatronics. They are moving, and they look like they just came off the screen from Princess and the Frog. I think we're all in for a treat. Definitely check out this video if you have not seen it. Did you catch this one yet, Dave?
I have not. I'll have to check it out.
Cool. As you are listening to this show, date will have already passed. The new Star Tour scenes have started over at Disney's Hollywood Studios and Disneyland over on the West Coast as well. They released a new poster showing it off. Again, these are going to be detailing scenes showing off in Andor, Ahsoka, and Mandalorian. So that increases the number of scenes you can interact and be engaged with while visiting Star Tours. I don't know the exact number of permutations at this time, though it must be exciting. I'm not the biggest Star Tours guy. I think it's a very outdated ride system. The ride vehicle is shaky. My partner doesn't like it too much. I'll probably go check it out, though I don't seem to get the new scenes to begin with. I don't know if they prioritize them or what it may be.
I'll tell you, you give me an option between Smuggler's Run and Star Tours, I'm picking Star Tours all day.
You got no more room to smuggle. You're smuggled out.
Well, my only problem with Smuggler's Run is the one time that you and I rode. The only time I rode it was with you. Mm-hmm. And first of all, they put a bad taste in my mouth. They wouldn't let me bring my blue milk into the line, which had alcohol in it. So I had to chug that down,
Ooh.
Which pissed me off because I just wanted to enjoy my blue milk, that we just spent a crap ton of money on.
My alky
and
blue
second
milky.
of all, when you're a single rider on Smuggler's Run, yes, you cut down that wait time immensely, but you're going to get stuck
with whomever. It could be a multi-time rider or first-time rider who doesn't understand the ride system, has no idea what they're getting into, and it's a 6-person vehicle. If you don't have people who are quick to pick up a simplistic video game, basically, you're stuck in a very miserable experience. We were crashing the entire damn time.
My problem was I was on the back left. I can't remember what my title was, but I'm having to press buttons that are on my left side as they light up, while the screen is in front of me. So it's hard to pay attention to the screen when you're having to look over and press buttons on a wall next to you. So it just, to me, it was a cool experience, cool queue, cool end experience when you come off the simulator. But for me, prefer the nostalgia of Star Wars or Star Tours.
Mm-hmm.
Although have not seen Ahsoka, and I have only seen most of the first season of Mando.
Yeah,
just don't
you
have
are
time.
literal days of content behind, as am I.
Oh, absolutely. And,
It's so
I'm a huge Star
annoying.
Wars fan.
Yeah.
It's just Disney Plus has put out so much that you just can't keep up.
No, it's not possible. If you like Star Wars, you probably like Marvel. It's kind of an overlap of demos. It's too much content, but believe you me, Dave, I will be there, Disney Hollywood Studios, on May the 4th with a lightsaber.
Too much content, and the new trilogy put a bad taste in my mouth, so I'm just kind of over it.
A lot of bad taste in your mouth. You putting your tongue on too many gross things, enjoying the devil's delight a little too frequently. I sound.
You hear me this now. If we ever record together in person, we're gonna play What Did Dave?
Oh, but
We're bringing it back.
Oh, how exciting! You'll have to post possibly the recipe if you still have it from last time we played.
I do.
Oh,
I
okay.
do.
Let's keep that in mind. Universal Studios Florida, as we talked about in a previous episode, we're doing quick recaps here once again. Monster Makeover, they were charging $65 for a half face for professional makeup and $125, $130 for a full face makeup. Well, that is now closed. Early shutdown. It was supposed to run through Mardi Gras, which was ending this Sunday, or rather the Sunday of April 7th. It's already been shut down. It closed back at the end of March, and I was actually there the day before they made this announcement online, or at least made a quiet closure where they simply turned the website off for bookings. I was there the day before. A team member was enthusiastically explaining the experience. Hey, you can get this kind of face paint, or professional face paint. And they actually introduced a lower level for $25, where they had a couple more also unannounced. And then he went through the spiel of, here's the half face, the full face, and da-da-da-da-da. You can also use your annual pass for a discount. This was the day before. No inclination that it was shutting down. Maybe they didn't tell him, or it was a day of explanation. However, Monster Makeover is no more. We may not see this again until possibly next year, or even some sort of iteration at Dark Universe, Epic Universe. Though for now, we are no longer seeing it. I didn't see too many in the park when I was there. I don't know if anyone saw pictures of that sort on socials.
That just screams that they weren't making the money they thought they were.
Well,
going to
yeah,
make.
I know that. I know that for a fact. I can't give you the exact details, but I do know that. And finally, our last piece of recap. We talked about the Hyperia Thorpe Park in Europe. They have set the official opening date of May 24th. It's celebrating the 45th birthday of Thorpe Park by opening the UK's tallest and fastest roller coaster to date. May 24th, we'll be sure to provide some coverage once that date rolls around, and hopefully nothing too bad. It's just neat. Hey, their whole country gets they get to say, I know where the big boy's at.
Cadbury Land sounds better.
Let me go find your little eggs there, buddy. Into our main news segment for today. We're jumping right into it. Epic Universe Olive Berk. This was announced last week. Was it last week or 2 weeks ago? Last week.
Last
week.
Thursday.
Last Thursday. Yes, absolutely correct. Dave and I didn't have a chance to talk about it then. We ran out of time. We had other news we already had queued up and ready to go. Didn't know the extent of how wide it would be, though there is a full bonus episode hosted and narrated by yours truly, a solo episode from Bill. It's called the E-Stop, the Emergency Stop. Check it out. Go take a listen if you want an or-rated version of basically the press releases and some small commentary. Now, what Dave and I are going to do, we're going to give our opinions and thoughts of it. Have you read through all the press releases and media associated with DreamWorks' How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk? Do you know what's going on here?
Yeah, I've touched up on it since we last spoke. So,
right, there's two
got
videos
a
released.
general idea.
A 6-minute version that has some concept art and commentary from the creative team and C-suite directors, and then there was a 2-minute virtual fly-through from a dragon's eye point of view.
Berk 2.5 is, I believe,
Berk
what they call the land.
2.5, yes. This particular
Because it takes
land,
place between the second and third movies.
that is correct. Now, I want to first ask you, Dave, what's your just basic level of hype, your excitement for this based on other lands already announced at Epic Universe, portals, dimensions, planets, wherever the fuck they're calling them. How excited are you for this as a general overview?
If you have to put it up next to all the other lands, I'd say it's fairly low on my hype. I did watch a bunch of the How to Train Your Dragons movies a long time ago when my daughter was young. She was actually toothless one year for Halloween, and it was a great costume.
What happened to all her teeth? They all fall out?
Yeah, I was bad in alcohol back then, and I just, my fist went flying whenever she made me mad. So that was a complete joke.
That's
joke.
Probably getting cut out.
Yeah, we can cut that out.
Oh,
no, yeah, she was toothless for Halloween.
Dragon.
She had a cool costume with a tail and everything. It was actually a really good costume.
So it would be on the bottom. It's number 4 or number 5, even below Celestial Park.
Oh, definitely below Celestial. The main reason here is there's one thing there that I care for, and it's going to be their coaster. Other than that, you have a generic flat ride that you can find at most Six Flags parks, which in the press release video, the guy said he's most excited for it, and he rode it 6 or 7 times in a row.
Most
it's
attracted
a generic
to
ride
dragons.
that you can. He's most excited for that attraction, and you can ride one of those at any generic Six Flags.
I don't know, Dave.
So
I mean,
like
this one you're talking about, the flat ride that he's rode multiple times, the individual in the video, Dragon Racers Rally. This one has the highest height requirement in the full land.
It's because it flips upside down.
Yeah. Thrill ride, ride type thrill. 48
type of
inches.
ride vehicle.
Yeah.
But it's your generic fair/Six Flags ride where you turn the things to flip, and it's just, to me, I'm not very excited for that. And I was very excited for the boat ride until I found out that it you're gonna get soaked on it, and so to me, I dedicate usually one day to water rides.
Yeah.
At parks.
I believe this is the only water ride.
Only one
that is to be at Epic Universe as of open.
That's my problem. Is I'm not going to ride it if you get soaked. If I'm planning on riding all the other attractions, and I'm not going to just go ride that ride, then go back to my hotel room and change.
Well, no, you're going to go.
At least not for the first few years.
To Universal Studios Florida, not do anything because there's no water rides there. Then you take the long queue aboard the Hogwarts Express to Islands of Adventure, ride Popeye, Jurassic Park River Adventure, and Dudley Do-Right, because those are your water rides. Maybe you'll splash around in the splash pad at City Walk. Then you're going to get on that bus like a good little buying guest you are, and ride the
cold air-conditioned bus.
Ride your 7-minute ride to Epic Universe and get your ass onto Fire Drill. And then you'll have completed the circuit for water rides on the Universal campus.
Okay, I'll do it.
That's right, you drenched little whore. You love it. You love being wet.
Squirt me.
Going back to Hiccup's Wing Gliders, this is the roller coaster you talked about. This is a 40-inch height requirement, and it's a neat little ride. It does not go upside down, though it does seem to have some cool effects. Some cool animatronics will be included, including Hiccup and Toothless and some other ones, as there'll be 30 different dragons, static and moving, throughout the entire land, and 17 unique species, some of which you'll see upon the family coaster here. This sucker has a 45-mile-per-hour maximum speed. Did you know that?
I see this being very similar to a Hagrid's type coaster,
without some of the more theatrical pieces in that special surprise in the Forbidden Forest.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, though it goes faster than Hagrid's,
which
is crazy. And then the other rides you mentioned, Dragon Racers Rally. This is a 48-inch height requirement. You're going, I believe, 62 feet or 67 feet in the air, which is rather high. Individual seating, so you do need to be those 48 inches. And as mentioned in the reveal video, you can spin yourself 360 doing barrel rolls as much as you want during the ride duration, which I can't imagine this is longer than 90 seconds or so. As, let's see, let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's say, based on my quick counting of the concept art that is subject to the change, there's 12 seats, 2 pistons for the fly ride, so 24 riders per dispatch. This thing does not have great capacity, and it's going to take a long time because they got to check every individual seat, every individual buckle. This is going to be the longest line in the land by far.
Yeah, and it's if you're unfamiliar with kind of what we're talking about here, you haven't seen the video. If you've ever been to a fair or carnival and you rode the paratrooper ride, where it's kind of like a half circle that just keeps going around in circles, but this one goes upside down. It's not.
I'm gonna have fun. I think I'm gonna enjoy this one a lot if I can get on.
I mean, I'll enjoy it because I enjoy any ride. But my problem is Universal Orlando has made themselves a theme park, not an amusement park, and this is an amusement attraction.
Well, sure. I mean, Disney has a carousel. Epic Universe is gonna have a carousel, which is gonna be different though.
Carousels are different.
Okay.
Every theme park has carousels.
I think you're throwing this one down a little bit too much in the dirt. It's very well themed based on the concept art. It's gonna be a cool ride. And you're in How to Train Your Dragon.
You keep giving me shit. I'm gonna throw it in the dirt and I'm gonna piss on it.
Yeah, then that's why you got a bad taste in your mouth because you pick it up and eat it.
Do dragons fly around and around in an oval shape constantly over and over again?
It's their Dragon Racers rally. They're training for the dragon race. They do go in a circle in the movie for the races.
Shit. Okay. All right. Well, I'm done talking about it.
Oh, it's fine. We don't have to like the same stuff. And remember, Berk, this is more family-centric. They're going to want these littler, more accommodating rides.
Little or more accommodating is a 48-inch...
Well, yeah, this is your little one. This is not a 56, 57, whatever, 58 maybe for Hulk. I can't remember.
Max is 54.
54. So it's not 54.
Max is 54.
Well, you're riding on your own. You're not having an adult sit next to you or accompany you on the ride, and you have to have this for the thrill. I'm going to run to this ride first to spite you.
And I'm going to look at you and laugh at you while I'm over in Classic Monsters.
Absolutely anywhere else.
Yeah.
All right, and the final attraction of what you can ride will be the fire drill. This is the boat ride you alluded to a little earlier. No height limit on this one as long as they can stand, so your little one will be able to go on this by the time the park opens.
Oh, yeah, for sure. He's already walking on his own now.
Oh, hell yeah. That's cool.
He stumbles a lot, so I don't know if they'd let him on
well, he just has to stand still and then shoot his water blaster.
I don't know if they'd let him on Minion Mayhem because he looks like a drunk walking around all day.
He can go in the stationary seat. I do know that for a fact.
No, I'm sorry, VillainCon.
Ah, as long as he can stand up and hold the blaster, he can do it. Just
yeah, nope, not happening.
Nope, not yet. Maybe in a year.
For sure.
By the time Epic opens. Fire drill, sure. A slow-moving boat ride, no minimum height requirement, about 8 players per vehicle. You get to shoot stationary targets as you move along, and you're practicing for when dragon fire goes wrong. You can also shoot other boats throughout. I believe I counted 8 or 9 vehicles at one time. If you have 9 and you have 8, you're looking at 81 riders per full lagoon. Probably not going to have terribly great capacity, though still looks like a great interactive themed ride. And that throughout the concept art and the flyover, you can see throughout the ride, it becomes more realistic. Instead of simple wooden targets, the dragons start flying in. Not literally, but it would appear that they're gathering in and actually testing you with real flames. So there might be a pyro effect on this based on the official arts. I'm excited. I know you're going to get wet. Maybe we'll do it at the end of the night. Or if we're seeing in the Helios Grand, I can go there first thing and then bop back and forth.
That is true.
Yep. Something else for the little ones, Viking Training Camp, really cool little center. Plus, it's going to have probably the majority of those 17 unique species of dragon represented. I'll be bopping around in there as well. I love me some Camp Jurassic. I was there last weekend, 2 weekends ago. Bring on more child play areas with rope bridges and places where I can run around and, also spray people in the face with a water gun shaped like a raptor head or a dragon face.
It's a Dilophosaur.
With a Dilophosaur head. Sorry. Well, I'm always up in the top with the humans shooting the actual machine gun.
Ah.
That's me.
I mean, why would you not take the high ground?
Absolutely. Every time. I can squat
I've got
down
the
and just
high
shoot,
ground.
and the only thing getting wet are my fingers. The last interactive piece of the land Isle of Berk is the untrainable dragon, inspired by the version of this in Universal Beijing. Now, this looks cool. Come on.
We'll see. We'll see. I'm not a huge stage show guy, but
it's fully
especially the
enclosed.
musicals.
It's not like the old Tarzan Rocks, where you're just sitting there with the heat sweltering in from under the overhang. And the difference is this is set in a different time period, Berk 2.5, opposed to Beijing's version, which I believe is set immediately after the first film, which means there'll be different characters.
I'll definitely watch it. I'll definitely watch it. You know, we'll see.
Sit on
Depends
down.
on how catchy the tunes are. And
Sit on down, cool off, watch these gigantic dragon animatronics, and on the way in, I'm sure you can grab yourself some grog, a beer, or a special exclusive mead, which I'm speculating, from the mead hall, which will be a elevated quick service similar to your Leaky Cauldron, Three Broomsticks, the Minion Cafe, where you order on your mobile device and then they'll bring it to you. And they've already confirmed that there will be alcohol, being assorted meads, ciders, and ales. This looks cool too. I'm excited for, meat, fish, sandwiches, and some ale. And hopefully they utilize Florida Beer Company to make some of their beer again, or they also have used Crooked Can here in Winter Garden by me, and Orange Blossom Brewing for the Volcano Blossom, which I'll be at Volcano Bay next weekend, and I'll give you a trip report on that.
I love Volcano Bay.
So good.
I still remember the first time I ever went together. We'll have to talk about that when we have more time. But
two dudes, one tube. Such a good squishy adventure.
That was right after it opened too, and that was a hectic day.
But we got to do it all, except the tall one.
Not our first time.
So long ago. Our fate intertwined forever.
We've done it together a few times, but our first time, the only thing we got to ride was Krakatoa, and the Fearless.
And you know what?
River.
That's fine. That is the best thing there.
Yep.
I like the tall drop slide. Oh, man.
Koakiri body plunge.
Yeah, the tallest one in the world. And when they would not stop you or give you crap for blocking up the fast river, and you would wait for the wave to come over, and it would just annihilate people.
Oh man, I remember when there were no life jackets and it was tubes.
Just go.
And I would sit on top of my tube, and I landed on people when that wave came out.
You were committing some drowning crimes.
It was bad.
Oh, I think about it pretty frequently. Oh, I'm like, man, that was so much fun. I'm glad I didn't die.
I think that day, that was in 2017, you and I spent, we spent at least 5 hours in the Fearless River.
We'll
just
jump
slamming into people.
We can go more into that next, in 2 episodes. After I hit Volcano Bay, we can talk about it some more.
Yeah, sounds good.
Continuing on with some more Universal news. That is Epic Universe Isle of Berk. If you want more of that, hit the e-stop, check us out, and get your little primer on that. Continuing on, Islands of Adventure, also in Orlando. Quick little piece here. Dueling Dragons merch is being sold in Islands of Adventure, the Lost Continent section, as of end of March. Now, if you're unfamiliar, Dueling Dragons was not a first of its kind, or was it? It's a dueling coaster, which has occurred before with wooden ones. What was it? The first of its kind for a suspended hanging dueling coaster.
Yeah, and for sure the first one that came within inches of each
inches. There will be several points during the ride where the red and blue tracks, Red Dragon, Blue Dragon, Fire and Ice, would come within inches of, clanking your toes against someone else. That feature became removed after some real pieces of shit decided to throw ice and coins, causing multiple injuries, including broken arms, broken legs, blinding people. And then eventually it became rethemed as Dragon's Challenge without the dueling element still once they expanded, once Wizarding World came in. And now it's where Hagrid's Magical Motorbike Adventure stands. Dueling Dragons last year, 2023, Halloween Horror Nights 32, featured a classic throwback house of Dueling Dragons. And it had some really cool merch associated with it, mostly for annual pass holders. And it had, of course, the Halloween Horror Nights logo on it. Now, they have brought back this merch.
Glad they had good merch because it was a shite house.
The house was not good. Here's a choice at the end. You get to go left or right, blue or red, ice or fire. Same result. Here's a blue filter, here's a red filter. Get out of my house. They brought back those particular pieces of merchandise, including the shirt, hoodie, and poster for sale now that they are selling in the Lost Continent, available without the Halloween Horror Nights logo, which is cool. I don't think they removed them from the old shirts because it also had the Horror Nights logo up in the shirt label at the top by the collar. Though I think that they're reusing it and offering this as some of the old timers who remember the ride. I won't be buying any more Dueling Dragons crap, though it's there for you if you want it. As we talk about Horror Nights, there was a big announcement today, so this is breaking news for the show. Universal Orlando has announced the official dates for Halloween Horror Nights 2024, which will be Halloween Horror Nights 33. According to the Post, official press release, the event will run on select nights from August 30th through November 3rd. 48 nights this year. 48 nights. Poor scare actors. Poor me, because my wallet is gonna be gone.
You know, you say poor scare actors, and I know a lot of scare actors work hard at the event, but, you know, you're getting paid decent money to scare people, you know?
Well, maybe a little better now, though they're increasing the nights. It's always a 2 a.m. close. You know, back in 2010, they were getting paid $7.25 an hour. Granted, they closed at 12, 1, and 2.
I get that the pay is not fantastic, but you know, it's easy for me to say because I volunteered at a haunt for 10 plus years.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I volunteered. So it's like, for me, getting paid at all is like magical. And we didn't have A cast, B cast. It was, you know, an hour and a half on, 10-minute break. Hour and a half on, 10-minute break, you know? So, I mean, I get that. Plus, you know, a lot of these people that work Horror Nights also have daytime jobs that they have to attend to as well. So, I mean, yeah,
or
poor
school
scare actors,
or
but
something
I mean,
else.
But, you know, they love what they do, and they're great. They're great at what they do. You know?
Sure, the long timers, the veterans, those who have done it more than 1 year, they like it. They like enough to come back, of course, or they're unfortunately or fortunately, whatever position, they're stuck where they have to work it because they can't.
And
get
you know,
some
of those guys have terrible positions that are actually very good positions, but you know, they get shoved down in something the size of a washing machine and have to pop out at you every 5 seconds. You know. Think about how sore your legs must be, Bill, after doing that over and over and over
45
again.
minutes straight and with no padding. There's no trampoline in there. It's jumping off the floor, and they're probably smacking their knees real bad. Can't imagine. We'll jump into a full, again, we keep saying it, though we promise. Once we get close to the season, we'll do a couple more e-stops and some bonus episodes about in the life of a scare actor. We got some great friends of the show who would love to talk about it, and we'll get into that. Though 48 nights, 10 haunted houses as usual, 5 scare zones as usual. In one of the official releases, they did say 1 show. And if you go back a couple episodes, we talked about the speculation map for Horror Nights, which said 2 shows. We're back to 1 show.
Oh, no.
So we'll see.
I did not see that.
Yeah. Alongside that, go ahead, Dave.
At least if it's just 1 show and it's Nightmare Fuel, I'm not going to waste my time with a show this year. So.
Nope, I feel it's the same thing, and this is the 4th time they're doing it. I'm good.
Let's be honest. It's Nightmare Fuel's in-house.
And it's won awards. I don't know who gave these awards. It's not in-house awards, but they've been given awards. I don't know if it's Golden Ticket or Theme Park or whomever. They've gotten awards and acknowledgments, accolades.
I could see that being a good a thing, but when it's the same show year in year out, it's not.
Well, it's not like Bill and Ted
right.
wasn't in house. They didn't pay any copyright or IP usage for that.
No. I
Except for
I understand
Bill and Ted.
that, but they're gonna want to go more in house. They're gonna want to after years of doing Academy of Villains, and then they find a dance show that's similar with Nightmare Fuel. They're gonna stick with it.
Sure. It's not my favorite. Especially if you have limited time or limited nights, it's the first thing I'd cut.
Absolutely.
Is Harold Kumar owned by Universal?
I'm not sure.
Not that important. That's the rumor. That was the rumored second show.
Mm-hmm.
Along with the announcement of dates, they also released ticket sales for single-day tickets. Multi-night tickets are not available quite yet. For reference, they released the multi-night tickets in, I believe, June of last year. So we're a little bit away from that. They've also announced pricing the availability to book and pricing for RIP tours, the VIP tour for Horror Nights, for both a non-private one and private ones. And you can also get now some Halloween Horror Nights reveal merch, which we posted earlier today on the story, which is a orange shirt featuring the new logo, and it says Halloween Horror Nights 2024. And unfortunately for me, it makes me sad that they're dropping the numerical association with it. Being Halloween Horror Nights 2024 would be Halloween Horror Nights 33 here in Orlando. Hollywood dropped the number moniker a while ago, though it seems we're going to do just the year now. And gosh, the art, not my favorite. It's like 90s grunge punk. And once we start moving into the 2000s, we're going to call it Horror Nights 2K25. I just can't fucking be bothered.
Just like I told you previously, pre-show, the only redeeming quality is that it's a orange shirt. It's different from years
It is
past.
orange. It's not a neon orange. It's more of a pumpkin orange.
Yeah,
and you won't
which I
absolutely
like that,
melt waiting in the stay and scream corrals.
Yeah.
Easier to drink your Long Island. They've also announced, surprising, which is interesting here, new, Unmasking the Horror, which is a lights-on, behind-the-scenes private tour of select houses. In the past, they've done 3 house tours and 6 house tours. These run anywhere between about $100 to $200 depending on the tour and the date you pick. Horror Nights doesn't start till August 30th this year. However, Unmasking the Horror tours for the 3 house tour will be beginning on August 11th, 2 weeks or so before the official opening of Halloween Horror Nights 2024 here in Orlando.
For them, that's smart. You're going to get your local crowd.
I don't even know about that.
See, here's my problem. I have done Unmasking the Horror. It's a cool experience. I would never, ever do Unmasking the Horror before I went through a Horror Nights haunted house.
That is the exact point I had in my mind, Dave. I'm not going to go spoil a house with no effects, no actors, nothing in there, and it might not be fully done. I'm thinking these are going to be 3 houses they're going to use for media, local news stories, for some art, some videos made on the official socials. The houses may not be fully done.
Well, here's my question to you, and this is kind of spec, but in years past, prior to the Exorcist house, people were allowed to go rampant with their photos and take pictures of whatever they wanted.
They weren't supposed to.
Years later, now you can only photograph certain things inside certain houses.
Oh, sorry, for Unmasking the Horror, yes.
Yes. Prior to the Exorcist house, there were some issues with photos taken that year. That's what stopped it. But years before that, you were allowed to take pictures of anything and everything you wanted, even in the intellectual properties. For those of you who don't know, intellectual property, I think we talked about this,
yes.
is movie
owned by someone else.
Or owned by someone else. But do you think they will allow photos in these houses before the event opens?
I don't know. The last time I did Unmasking the Horror was back in 2010, and I got to take all the pictures I wanted. I was able to take videos, and ask some really intimate questions at the end of the tour, or at the end of every house, rather. It's going to come down to what houses are going to be on this 3-house tour for prior to Horror Nights open. I would have to imagine they're not going to allow a whole lot of photos, especially since the event hasn't officially opened, and they're going to release very specific angles, very detailed and chosen spots in the houses for media.
If I had to guess, these houses are going to be IP houses.
At least 2 of them.
Obviously, your IP houses are going to be completed first because you have to show your most time you're going to have to show the person who owns that property the finished product before you release it. So I'm assuming those houses are going to be done first. And in the IP houses, that's a lot of times where they limit their photographs that you can take. So, plus, if you can sit there and push a little bit of IP, that's what gets people excited. So, for marketing purposes, I believe, if not all 3 of them, at least 2 of these are going to be intellectual properties.
That's my thought as well. And if I had to guess, the third one would be, which is usually a returning or a in-house IP. They consider it IP. A Universal Classic Monsters house, since that one always does well. Or a sequel house or something featuring Icon, if there's an Icon. A lot of people are thinking, oh, it's the 90s, it's grunge, it's punk rock. Of course, Eddie's coming, Jack's brother. So I
not happening.
Shut up. No.
Eddie. I compare Eddie to Roman Reigns from WWE. He needs a Paul Heyman. He needs a Paul Heyman. He
needs Jack.
He's a Brock Lesnar. He needs a Paul Heyman.
I don't know. Brock Lesnar in his last run before he got canceled was pretty good on the mic.
Better than he was.
Yes, better. Fair enough.
But he's a Roman Reigns guy. He needs a Paul Heyman.
We'll see what happens with the Unmasking the Horror as we get closer and they do some more official reveals. We might be hearing something about houses next week, or a house, or at least the first big IP that gets you interested and allows some of our tourists and travelers from farther away to plan and see if they actually want to go to the event. Though if you are considering wanting to go to the event, get your tickets now. Nights will sell out. They do sell out, and especially with the multi-night tickets, the Frequent Fear passes or Rush of Fear. Those ones sell out very quick. The past few years, opening night has sold out for the multi-night tickets. Word of advice, go get them when they release. We'll let you know. Moving through to the other coast, more Universal news as we flow through and keep some sort of track here today. This year will be the 60th anniversary for the Universal Studios Hollywood World Famous Studio Tour, and they've revealed some really cool details about it. I've written this a couple times. Right now, it features several attractions. It's commentated and hosted by Jimmy Fallon. You get on the big tour tram, you go down into the back lot, you get to see where they film Back to the Future, where they have the Hill Valley Town Square. And you go through some other places, and then you get to go through the ride experiences of Skull Island, Reign of Kong 3D, Fast and Furious Supercharged 3D, Jaws, Earthquake the Big One, a Flash Flood, and some other cool pieces. If you have not checked it out or have had the opportunity, go ahead and go watch a video. Now, for the 60th anniversary tour, the celebration will run from April 26th to August 11th of this year, 2024, at Universal Studios Hollywood in California. As previously seen, I don't know if we touched on this, though, they have already announced prior to this that the tour's current trams will be getting the Glamour Tram makeovers, which they're going to look similar to the ones that they were producing back 60 years ago. Now, it's a bit more contemporary, lots of metal, some blue hues to match that Universal blue. They're going back to the red and white logo, Universal Studios Glamour Tram, and the top will be white and red checkerboard. And these are all electric trams, though they are going to be replicated to look like the diesel trams back in the day. For the first time in decades, they'll be able to step off the studio tour trams. Now, this is not completely true, as you get to step off the tram when you take the Terror Tram during Halloween Horror Nights.
Mm-hmm.
Though you're going to get off at the same spot as you would for the Terror Tram. You're going to step off at the certain well-known movie set, which is the Bates Motel. You'll be able to get up close and personal, take some photos of the movie set, take photos with the tram, and have some augmented reality cinematic filters to utilize. And of course, just like the regular studio tram tour, you'll have Norman Bates and his mother lurking in the background. Alongside the normal attractions on the studio tour, the 60th anniversary will bring back some old classic ones. This year we'll have a return of some retired moments, including the Runaway Train, which originally ran from 1974 to 1985, which I wasn't alive, and I certainly wasn't in Universal Hollywood, so I have no idea what this is. I imagine a train starts chasing the tram. Sounds pretty neat. Have you seen any videos of that one, Dave?
No, I'm not familiar with that one.
Okay. And then the other big addition to the tram tour will be the return with an updated version of Earthquake the Big One, which we lost in Orlando that was replaced by Disaster, a movie starring you, and then replaced again by Fast and Furious Supercharged. Earthquake the Big One is a revamped modern subway station with electric bikes and slick white tiles. I mean, that's all you gotta do to make a subway station look modern, is put an electric bike down in there. Has all the same effects.
Much to it.
Fire, crushing ceiling, sliding gas tank, and flood. I mean, it's neat. They're going to do a color rescheme on the tram. They're letting you get off the tram during the daytime outside horror nights, and they're reopening with some, probably well-oiled effects for Earthquake. But beyond that, man, what do they got? The Runaway Train's probably going to be neat. I look forward to seeing some videos for it this year.
I wish they would have brought back the collapsing bridge,
I remember that one.
all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Do you remember the parting of the
Parting of the Red Sea? Yeah, they talk about that here.
Where they had the scale model from Peter Jackson's King Kong down in there, all that good stuff.
Oh, I have to go back and relive a video because I'm not sure if I remember that one completely. We're also going to have some good celebratory food and beverage offerings, including some donuts that say 6-0, a studio tour popcorn bucket similar to the one you'll be riding on with Woody Woodpecker driving it, and some interesting drinks. Lava Lamp, which is non-alcoholic, and then for 21 and up, they will have Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend, which is vodka hibiscus lemonade, a Shark Bite, which is different from our Ocean Attack, Shark Bite tequila-based drink with tropical vibes, and a shark lollipop. Old Hollywood with whiskey, root beer liqueur, and cream soda, and the Kong Tiki, which of course has bananas and other fruit flavors in there, and you can assume some rum. They got some other cool stuff, some new merch, a nice button-down shirt, a lot of stuff with the tram on it.
I'm sad I won't be able to make it out for that.
Nope, sure won't. I normally would, though I got a cruise to get on in November. Closing out Universal Studios Hollywood. Oh yeah, you gonna be on one too?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, well, maybe we're on the same boat. Closing out Universal.
I'm hoping so.
Oh,
sorry. Had a little bit of a delay right there. I was taking a sip of my drink.
Oh, I was wondering what that sound was. It sounded like a razor going off.
I'm not going to talk about that right now.
Oh, I'm sure not. Closing out Universal Studios Hollywood, they have a similar. Oh, it's a very similar build out, very similar menu. They have their own Toothsome Chocolate Emporium in their City Walk. And I was there last year thinking, hey, they're going to have, of course, a walk-up bar. I can just get something to drink while I wait for my table. Incorrect. Well, I'm happy to say, as of a day ago, a new bar has opened in the Toothsome Universal Studios Hollywood City Walk, replacing part of the store. It looks like there's about a dozen chairs. You can walk up full service, and it looks great. So I'm excited to go check that out next time I'm out in Hollywood. They have some pretty good drinks. Nothing too crazy. Of course, they use a lot of chocolate liqueurs and chocolate-based rums, whiskeys, bourbons. Makes it a little sweet, and it's not the highest quality, but damn, is it not fun.
Yeah, we went to the bar at Toothsome's one time. I think it was when it first opened before Horror Nights one night, and it was not my favorite.
Well, you just have better options at City Walk. If you're looking for an espresso martini, you're going to go to Vivo. If you're looking for some rum, or rather bourbon whiskey, you're going to go to Big Fire. If you're looking for rum,
when you're in Orlando, 99% of the year it's hot as hell. You don't want a chocolate-based drink.
No, you want
it's not refreshing.
Yeah, absolutely. You certainly don't want a gigantic milkshake because you're just going to get slow, and while it tastes good and cools you off for the brief moment, it will not help you later.
Mm-hmm.
Last thing about Universal, we have Universal's Halloween Horror Nights Las Vegas, a permanent attraction. This has been going on for almost a year now. Construction's picking up. They've gone vertical. They have a lot. The building's nearly complete. Huge plot of land. And there's some pictures available online, which we will also share and post. The concept art, again, looking sweet. They said in the official press release back when they announced it, several haunted houses, a full-service restaurant and bar, and, of course, a gift shop, which is going to be part of the Area 15 expansion. Of course, Dave and I will be there as soon as it opens, if it all works out. Though this will be Universal's year-round Halloween Horror Nights attraction, Universal Horror Unleashed. And alongside there, unfortunately, in Area 15 of Las Vegas, another popular attraction announced they're closing their doors forever, the Lost Spirits Distillery. After 14 years, the attraction will close its doors for good after the final performance on April 29th, 2024. I have not clicked into this. I have no idea what it is. Modern Cirque Show, Rum Distillery, and Cocktail Party. Well, there's a million of those in Vegas, so not that surprised.
Yeah.
And Universal is going to own that whole block when it's all said and done. Hershey Park.
Absolutely.
Jumping to some other regional parks as we close out Universal, and then we'll start speeding along because we have a Disney block to get to. Hershey Park is now open for the 2024 season. A new video was released showcasing what's new at the park, including the new restraints on Sky Rush, new trains on the Comet. They're now demoing the amphitheater. And it seems to be great reviews and positives from the new Sky Rush restraints. It doubled again. We'll have the link to the video. And maybe give another content creator some love, as it is a good video. I watched it earlier. Though the highlight of this, I want to say, on today, or whenever this news story was posted, on April 4th, a raccoon began attacking guests waiting in line to ride the Super Duper Looper roller coaster. Two guests were
never not funny.
We were cackling. I'm just waiting in line. I want to ride the Super Duper Looper, and I'm enjoying my Reese's. I'm of Jolly Rancher height, and I go, oh fuck, what is that? It's a raccoon. Goddamn Hershey man did not save me from that.
We got there's a lot of Racoons that live by my house, and they scare the hell out of me. So I can't imagine what these people went through. Because
it must have been the middle of the day. Just this raccoon comes sauntering over, says, we're on the Super Duper Looper, huh? I'm gonna fucking bite you. And
there's a guy there's a guy across the street, a couple houses down from my house, and his house is a legit hoarder's house, and the garage is always cracked open. And at night there would be 17 Racoons that come out of that house.
Raccoon City.
They're Racoons everywhere, man.
Raccoon City.
And one night, I'm watching, and I see one. I walk outside to check to see if my truck's locked, and I see one run across the street. Then I see another one run across the street. Then I see another one. I'm like, what the hell? And I'm like, I go to get in my truck, and I feel like someone's watching me. And I turned around, and sitting right in the middle of the street, right at least like 10 feet away from me, there's a damn Raccoon just sitting there watching me. I'm like, what the fuck?
They were looking for a trench coat. They were looking for the Raccoon trench coat maneuver, and they're going to drive your truck away.
For those that don't know, I call them Racoons because that's what Ricky from Trailer Park Boys calls them.
So this Hershey Park Raccoon came up, bit two guests. They were taken in for medical treatment as precaution. Rabies, I'm sure. This culprit has not been caught, has not been apprehended, and has remained unseen at the park since his crime was committed. This motherfucker.
Oh my god.
Busch Gardens, Tampa has announced they're opening up a new ice skating show in Busch Gardens, Tampa, in their theater as you walk to Montu. I haven't been to Busch Gardens, Tampa in a number of years. It's a little too far. It's about 2-hour drive from where I'm at. Number of hours.
Last time I attended Busch Gardens was 2015.
Yeah. They're announcing their next show, which will be replacing Turn It Up Remix. Their new show will be Rhythm of Nature, which will be themed heavily to nature and wild animals. Well, shit, Busch Gardens. I could have fucking guessed that from the goddamn name. Holy moly. Thanks for nothing. And your final regional park, we're going back to Kennywood, one of Dave's favorites.
I do love me some Kennywood.
New statement from Kennywood goes into details about changes and additions made to the park for the 2024 season. We talked about previously, Dave, the new potato smash bumper cars, which are in the shape of potatoes and French fries. And if you tell me if you've heard of any of these rides before or been on them.
Yeah, okay.
Kennywood has also confirmed that the turtle will return this season.
Oh, everybody loves the turtle, man.
Freshly back from a complete restoration.
The turtle used to be over by the Thunderbolt, and it was it was a fun attraction.
What is the turtle?
So the turtle was kind of like a spinning flat ride type attraction. It's hard to explain.
Okay. Turtle, you spin and
years.
you flat ride. Heard. Next, the park's Aero 360 ride has also been repaired and refurbished and will return to action with newly painted seats and updated control system.
Nope. You got me there.
And also be on the lookout for a refurbished wacky wheel for the little ones.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Finally, Jeter's Pub will also return, featuring 8 draft beers from Penn Brewery, and a new restaurant will open called the Carousel Burger Company.
That's interesting.
Jeter's Pub, 8 beers. That sounds pretty cool.
I've never had beers from that brewery, so.
Penn Brewing?
Yeah, when you're up in Pittsburgh, you drink Iron City Light, which this isn't really in Pittsburgh. It's outside of Pittsburgh. It's in West Mifflin, which is the best name for a town I've ever heard in my life.
Mifflin for a Stiflin.
It reminds me of Muff, but West Mufflin. But
that's right behind Ass Cracklin.
It is right outside of Pittsburgh, though.
And regional attractions, regional parks closing out. Finally, Disney Block, as we close out our hefty, girth-filled news segment. Disney, lots of news. This past Wednesday, which was April 3rd, came down to the proxy battle where all the shareholders voted. It was between Bob Iger and company, and then there was a proxy takeover vote coming in play from Peltz and Ike Perlmutter. And Perlmutter might be a familiar name if you're into the Marvel Cinematic Universe news. He was in charge of the Marvel television when they were running Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Daredevil, Punisher, all the Netflix shows. And they weren't always the best. They always weren't great. And he ended up getting fired because it came down to Kevin Feige and Ike. And Feige told Iger, hey, I'm tired of his shit. I'm tired of working with this guy and somewhat under him. You gotta pick. Picked Feige, and here we are. Now, Ike went up with Peltz. They tried to start a proxy takeover by rallying the shareholders and garnering a number of large shareholders to force the vote. I don't know the exact number breakdown, though it seemed like it was close. Bob Iger and the current board of directors remained in power, and then they had their shareholder meeting, which revealed a number of new announcements, which they were probably waiting for this proxy battle to come to a close, alongside some other pieces, including local political items and some voting for Disneyland Forward on the West Coast, which the second vote for that, I believe, will be on the 16th. Now, the shareholder meeting happened, and they wanted to, of course, encourage and help their shareholders feel good that they're doing such a good job. Oh, yes, Mr. Iger, you're doing so good for us. You're so good. Let me suck your titties. What's next for guest visits in Walt Disney World? Quick outline. Disney Dreamers Academy, April 4th through 7th of this year. They're going to give 100 high school students some mentoring, transformational 4-day learning experience. Great. April 5th, they had already talked about the new journeys coming to Star Tours, including new versions for Andor, Mandalorian, and Ahsoka. So those have already happened by the time you listen to this show. Or maybe will have happened. Finally, not finally, but rather next up, Tiana's Bayou Adventure Magic Kingdom Park, summer 2024. This will open up. We talked about the poster. We talked about the animatronics. And then finally, or not finally, sorry, Country Bear Musical Jamboree, which closed earlier last year, or late last year. And this is actually also scheduled to reopen in 2024 for a brand new show. Similar animatronics, new songs, updated. And of course, the show will include Easter eggs from beginning to end. We announced previously that...
If they don't bring back Blood on the Saddle, I'm going to be pissed.
The show includes Easter eggs from the beginning to end, including one particular tune Disney fans may remember.
Blood on the Saddle, or all the guys that turn me on, turn me down.
I don't remember that one.
You don't remember that? The three younger bears? All the guys that turn me on, turn me down.
No, I also haven't been in Country Bears in over a decade before it closed.
Country Bears was full of some lyrics that were pretty. No,
well, when we do the Park Talk cruise, that will be the karaoke.
Yeah, there was for sure a song that said all the guys that turn me on, turn me down. But everybody knows the Big Al.
Big Al.
'Cause there's blood on the saddle.
Okay.
Blood all around.
Okay. All right. One of the final pieces of the Epcot makeover also talked about. I'm just going through the list that Disney provided. Communicore Hall and Communicore Plaza opening June 10th, as well as on June 10th, Mickey and Friends, a new location adjacent. Warrior Games coming to ESPN Wide World of Sports Complex, June 21st through 30th. The Cabins, the new DVC cabins at Disney's Fort Wilderness Resort will open on July 1st. The new Little Mermaid, A Musical Adventure, replacing the previous Little Mermaid, A Musical Adventure at Disney's Hollywood Studios, will open the fall of 2024, and that's what we have. We talked about some other things previously, including across the globe, internationally, and the cruise ships, though that's what we got. Again, Epic Universe next year, we're getting some new buildings, some new meet and greets, a new Country Bears show, Tiana, and a new Little Mermaid show. So on and so forth. You're going to hear some more details, however, coming up that might excite you for Disney's future. Again, we're looking at years away, friends, though what we can talk about right now. VI pass holder days are returning to Walt Disney World this summer. This year, the VI pass holder days will run May 1st through June 26th, available to annual pass holders, which will include a limited time magnet, lounge discounts, and more. Nothing too special here. You get to hear people bitch and moan about, I didn't get my magnet, the lounge sucks, this discount isn't good enough, so on and so forth. Oh, it's so annoying. Yep. And the Shooting Arcade, which is I believe, use an IR blaster in your guns over in Frontierland, Magic Kingdom, Orlando, is being shut down, taken away, dismissed, to be made into an exclusive DVC loge. And you need to be a certain level of the Disney Vacation Club to get into this thing.
See, I don't like that. I know that the parks are not meant to be a museum, but with that area in Frontierland, it was just such a nostalgic, just such a good atmospheric thing, you know. I always enjoyed walking past it. I don't think I
haven't stopped once. I don't believe they charge for you to do it anymore.
I think I did it once or twice when I was a kid when they charged for it, when you had to put coins in.
Yep.
But you know, it was just it's Frontierland. It was a nice little themed element to it.
Yeah, it made sense to be in there. Hey, practice your shooting skills before you purchase your gun and go rob the person down the street.
Not a good lounge, though. Not a good lounge area.
It's not going to be a huge area. I mean, that building doesn't go very deep to begin with. It's as deep as what you're seeing, because I believe it backs up into the bathrooms for the cut-through nearby to Adventureland. What if they made it into a DVC lounge and just walled it off, but kept the shooting arcade, and now the shooting arcade's exclusive to DVC? Would you be more mad than them just, instead of them taking it away?
I don't know. I don't know.
Your poor son will never get to know the Frontierland shooting arcade.
He probably never would anyway, but you know, DVC is it's neat. It's something that if you can afford it, it's probably worth it. I'm not somebody who would want to spend all. DVC is really only good if you're gonna. DVC is only good if you're gonna do Disney vacations every vacation.
Yeah. And you only go there. No more going to the beach. You're going to Beach Club. No more going to the Caribbean. You're going to Caribbean Resort.
I will negate what you just said by saying they do have a resort in Vero Beach for Disney.
Okay,
they do have
Vero Beach.
Aulani in Hawaii.
Yes.
You know, so I mean, you can do other things. I'm not sure if they still do the Vacations by Disney. I know. Oh, actually, I'm pretty sure they do. They do
Adventures by Disney.
Adventures by Disney. So you know, they still do other stuff, but I'm sorry, I just don't want every vacation I take every year to be Disney.
I think
and
it's yeah.
If you're DVC, you have to.
I'd be more inclined if I was retired or have older kids and like, all right, here's the reason you come on back. We have the meats. We have old Mickey Mouse in our back pocket.
Boom. I just don't think a DVC lounge needs to take something in Frontierland.
And it's going to be now. This may change though. I don't foresee it having alcohol. It might have some soda. It might have some water, some juice. Charging stations, a cool AC to sit down in that won't have a whole lot of space, but or a whole lot of attendance either. Now they may change that and offer alcohol in there when they maybe, if ever, they bring forward that Tortuga Tavern alcohol concept they've talked about. 2 years ago now. Yet to be seen. Over on to the West Coast for this one, Disneyland. They made a very brief, I wouldn't say cryptic, though nondescript announcement that the Autotopia, the little driving cars that you can follow a track on and get those real good fumes pumping for your 3-year-old, they are set to receive a makeover, as all the cars on the attraction will soon be replaced by a new fleet of electric cars, replacing the old gas engine vehicles for good. No timeline, no exact details or confirmation of date, or if the vehicles will be electric or some other kind of hybrid power system. And just like many other blue sky light announcements, this could never happen. I'm pretty sure someone told me that those little cars are very efficient, and you're not going very far, and they have a governor, so they're not doing a whole lot of movement. And it's not that they can run off a tank. It takes a full tank of gas for them to run all day, though it's less than 5 gallons for one car to run all day there around the Autotopia. Well, and if it's running constantly, that is.
It's a perception issue as well. It's everybody's going green. Everybody wants less emissions. So if they can sit there and it doesn't cost them a bunch to switch over to electric vehicles, why not do it?
But it is going to cost them a lot to switch over.
Well, at the same time, preventative maintenance, switch over to going green. They can market it all they want. I don't like it. I'd rather
the foundational investment is going to be gigantic, and you got to think how many years is it going to take for this to pay off? Because I know the line at Magic Kingdom, Autotopia, right now, of course, it's crazy. Magic Kingdom hit near capacity today for park hopping.
Yep.
Autotopia and Disneyland, that one's always got a nice chunky line. Kids love it. I read stories constantly. Kids will want to do that all day long, and that'll be it.
You gotta You gotta love the nostalgia of being in Tomorrowland and just hearing that.
And then the crash, of course, when they say don't crash, but they're crashing anyway. Me included, I can't help it. Especially when it's someone in front of me that I know. But I'm not going full speed and giving you a whiplash. Absolutely not. Though you gotta think, they have hundreds of cars, they gotta replace them with either full electric or hybrid. With electric, just like your big riot vehicles, Rise of Resistance, Skull Island Rain of Kong, Fast and Furious Supercharge. Every time the ride comes to load and unload, that's where they charge. I gotta think it's gonna be inductive charging for the riot vehicles as well, which is going to be proprietary, brand new made, because they don't really have this existing yet in this capacity, and they'll have the charging stations at the load unload as well, which is going to be a large block because the kids and me can't stop on a dime on these fucking things. It's going to be quite an investment for it. Couple more stories of a Disney. Back over Walt Disney World. Oh, God help me. Disney's Boardwalk Inn. Drunk man, this is the headline. Drunk man makes fun of disabled guest. Should really say drunk man makes fun of guest with disability at Walt Disney World Bar and gets a beat down. George.
Now, who beat him down?
Okay,
you're getting there. Sorry.
George, 61 of Sebring, was having a good time at the Boardwalk Bar until George said a group of people, someone attacked him and him in the head with a glass cup. George is the victim. He drank 3 shots of bourbon and a beer at the bar, so his memory was shaky.
3 bourbons and a beer.
Oh my God. George had gone up to a group of people sitting at the table near the bar. George's friend, who witnessed the incident, told authorities that in the family there was a female, unclear of age, who had Down syndrome and sat in a wheelchair. The friend did not observe what happened before the confrontation or did not hear what George said prior. But he saw the aftermath. The friend said someone threw a cup at George and someone threatened to kill him, and George then defended himself.
Oh my God.
They said that George, 61 years old, 3 shots and a beer in, walked up to this woman and mocked her with occasional grunts and imitating her.
Oh, fuck. Sorry. I'm not laughing at that. I'm not laughing at that.
There's a 61-year-old man doing dumb fucking shit. Are you kidding me?
He's grunting at a person with Down syndrome, mocking her.
Ugh.
You deserve to be hit with more than just a glass, bud. God.
He has a mugshot here.
Grow the fuck up.
Looks like superficial injuries, a black eye. Though jail staff refused to take him in due to his injuries, believing he may have had a facial fracture, he got shipped off to the local hospital. Fuck you, George.
How do you go up to somebody with Down syndrome and start grunting to mock them? You
at
are
Boardwalk,
the
which is
biggest
a
piece of
deluxe.
shit.
It's a deluxe hotel. It's a classy
It's a very fancy place. It's expensive.
And you go full K-fan. It's absolutely idiot. Another story. Florida man sues Disney after Magic Kingdom ferryboat crashes, hurling him into trash can. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I've rode that ferry many a time. Never seen how somebody could be thrown into a trash can from riding.
And how it's going fast enough for you to have your body tossed, like your physical body tossed. This was a man.
Oh my God.
Of average stature, I would have to say. He is saying that the Magic Kingdom ferry, as it approached the dock, did not slow down, and it hit the dock at an unsafe and high rate of speed, causing passengers to be thrown about. Justin, the victim, said he was thrown into a steel pillar, hitting his neck and head, and then fell into a trash can, which prevented him from possibly being thrown overboard. So, hey, trash can did its job.
Too many people are just looking for freebies in life.
Again,
That's
just
my
like that
thought
Rip Red
process
Rocket,
on this.
the other show.
Oh, for sure.
Disney and cast members did not warn passengers of imminent collision with the dock. He wants 50 grand.
50 grand.
50 grand because he alleged he knows better than Disney how to drive their own ferry. And he fell down. He could have been any sort of which way. Yep. Last two news stories, and we're gonna hit the closing segments. Imagineers give you preview models of the Encanto of Indiana Jones attractions that will be over in the Disney Animal Kingdom expansion by Dinoland, replacing it more than likely on the tropical Americas. Now, if they're publicly sharing these models of what's to come of what they blue skied 2 years ago, it means we're pretty far along. We talked about last show the permits also filed for the backstage area of Disney's Animal Kingdom behind Dinoland and Dinorama and Dinosaur, alluding to a big project coming in. And now here we have physical models.
If I had to guess, and I know we don't really speculate, but if I had to guess, to me that points out that Dinosaur is probably closing at the end of the summer.
Yeah, we have permits for big construction about to start. The models are scaled and ready to be used as reference. And other outlets have said, get your ride in while you can.
Yeah, usually they're not going to shut down an attraction in the middle of summer, though, due to heavy crowds, especially at a park that doesn't have that many attractions. But it's a possibility.
I say by September. Or maybe August once Not So Scary starts.
Yeah, I'd say right after the busy season of summer.
Yep. And we can post that video. It's a neat little video. You don't get to see too much, though it's nice that, hey, that's coming to fruition. And finally, another thing that's been promised long ago, D23 Expo 2023. And we do have another D23 coming out this year, 2024 in August. Lots of announcements to come. We'll probably do an e-stop on that. Disney World is currently in the process of filing permits for development behind Magic Kingdom that will prepare the area for a future expansion, expected to be the largest expansion in park's history. This is behind Thunder Mountain, beyond Big Thunder. Permit process beginning, which, since Encanto got kicked over to Animal Kingdom, we're still looking at possibly Coco and Disney Villains attractions and lands. Not to say those are going to be it, since they have not commented on those since 2022. We could also see other things, though. They've also said these will be projects similar in scope to Pandora, World of Avatar, and Star Wars Galaxy's Edge in Animal Kingdom and the Hollywood Studios, respectively. And Bob Iger has gone on record saying, right now we have the capital to build 7 fully fleshed out lands similar in scope to what we have in the past few years. Which is good. Hey, things are actually starting to move, though we're not going to see these fruits come in and bear until the 2030s.
Yeah, I mean,
Which is crazy.
It's better than straight blue sky, though. So I mean, that's good.
Unbelievable. And now, Dave, what has been said and told, and everyone listens through lots and lots of tangents and bullshit for the Wall of Shame segment. I know it's your favorite part of the show.
Oh, are we not doing Easter egg first?
Oh, Easter egg. I've already teased you. I think
it's Easter.
Prepped.
It's Easter. We got to do an Easter egg.
It's Easter eggs. It's Easter.
The bunny dropped off some eggs for you.
What do you got? What kind of egg did you get for your Park Talk Radio Episode 10 Easter egg?
I decided, I thought of a few others, but I decided to stay with my same one that I had last week that I skipped over last week. I decided to go with, it's an Easter egg that it gets shown that not a lot of people know it every time I go through this queue and I go do the Easter egg. Everybody's like, wow, what the fuck just happened? The fake doors in the Men in Black queue. After you go through the Universe and You, and you get pushed into MIB headquarters, you see the talking bugs on your left, whatever the hell I can't remember
the
their
worm
names.
things.
The worms, yeah. And then on your right, there's a couple fake doors. There's an oxygen-free zone and a fingerprint removal door. If you tug on the oxygen-free zone, it makes a psst noise, which I probably shouldn't have done that on the mic. Sorry if I just blew your eardrums out.
You're blowing me out.
But and then the fingerprint removal door, if you pull on the door handle, it makes a buzzing zzz, like electricity noise. So those are pretty cool. And I thought more people knew about them, but I don't normally wait in the regular queue, but anytime I do, I don't see anybody else grabbing those doors. And when I go up and grab them, people are like, "What the hell just happened?" You know?
Well, you're a filthy door grabber. I mean, that's why.
Oh, I love licking doorknobs. Come make fun of me, Bill.
I gotta have 3 shots of bourbon and a beer first.
No, Bill, the guy that made fun of the girl with Down syndrome.
That was George.
Oh, come make fun of me, George. I like
Bill.
doorknobs. Yeah, my bad.
No,
I just figured
I'm
that
Bill.
you would make. I just figured you would make fun of somebody licking doorknobs. So
No. I just call you what you are. Knob licker, of course. My Easter egg that was dropped off for me. Over in Disney's California Adventure on the West Coast, they have a whole awesome Cars land. One of the best received lands and expansions to date. Still considered one of the best ones ever. Over at the Cozy Cone Motel, they have I believe a scale replica of it. And if you go to the lobby, the middle building, and you look inside, you can see, hiding under traffic cones, peeking under, Buzz Lightyear, Ham, and Rex from Toy Story as a reference from Toy Story 2. Though usually you're going to have a Cars meet and greet with Lightning McQueen or Mater, and they're going to be blocking the way to go see this. You got to get in there when there's not a meet and greet and there's nothing blocking your path to go up to the lobby of the Cozy Cone Motel and see our delightful heroes coming out from those cones, just like Toy Story 2.
That's too cool. I did not have any idea about that. And
that one's neat.
Will definitely have to check that out.
That one is neat for sure. Before Wall of Shame, wanted to do real quick. I forgot one news story, and it's important. There are 2 locations closing at Universal Studios Florida City Walk. That is going to be the Cinnabon location and the Quiet Flight store, which Quiet Flight is one of the last standing non-Universal owned IP locations at your Florida City Walk on the first floor. It might be the last one on the first floor. Upstairs, you still got the 3 fast food joints and the tattoo parlor. Though down there, this will be the last one. The expectation is to expand the main Universal Studios store. All right. Wall of Shame. Wait for you to jump in.
You don't need to make April Fool's post. When you type those words, I turn blue. And when I see shit photoshops, I scream. I can't believe I have to endure your unrivaled stupidity. But it all was bullshit. It was a bad fucking joke. And when I think of you unfunny folks, I hope you fucking chuck. I hope you're glad with what you've done to me. I lay in bed all day long feeling melancholy. You left me here to moan, tears running constantly. Oh, somebody could help me, please. Somebody could help me, please. I'm on my knees, pretty, please could help me. I want to die, put a bullet in my head. Fuck your posts, I'd rather you be dead.
Wall of Shame is when we go on to the socials, we find some really ridiculous opinions, terrible ideas, and just really stupid, idiotic, moronic, and just unacceptable postings. And with it being April Fool's, April 1st, people got extra fucking stupid, and they're so funny, Dave. They're so funny, and I have a slew of these I'm going to knock out real quick. Mine will be fast, but I'm going to let you do yours first. Or do you want to go second?
I'll go second. All
right, here we go. First announcement for Halloween Horror Nights. Five Nights at Freddy's House teaser will be on April 13th. And then they faked a posting from Halloween Horror Nights official Twitter. They doctored it with Photoshop. Fuck you.
Sue them.
Get out.
Fucking cease and desist.
We just won the drawing for lifetime passes to Walt Disney World. The magic is back. Fuck you. Sue 'em. Liar. Bitch. News. Bob Chapek is returning as CEO of the Walt Disney Company. Stupid. Shut up. Go away. They're handing out annual pass holder magnets at Epcot this week. Wrong. Liar. Stupid. They photoshopped this one here from a Disney Drinkers. New rule posted at Fort Wilderness, and they photoshopped at the front. The very first sign you see when you're driving into Fort Wilderness, alcoholic beverages prohibited. Stupid. Waste of your time. Sue 'em. That's a fucking lie. And I got plenty more. Hold on. Breaking news. Walt Disney has been thawed from his cryogenic sleep, alive, responsive, and will resume his role as DECO. The magic is so back, baby. And then there's a picture of Walt Disney photoshopped with a big alive logo he's pointing at. Fuck you. Stupid. Discriminatory to our poor Walt Disney. So dumb. He's back. He's so fucking stupid.
What the fuck?
Starting tomorrow, Walt Disney World will be charging for Wi-Fi and Disney Springs parking. See My Disney Experience app for more details. Stupid. Shut up. Bob Iger will announce his Epcot will cease serving alcohol due to lack of profit. Not even close. So freaking dumb.
That is the main profit of Epcot.
Oh my god. I have the Pirate Pass, so I'm blocked out today. It's April 1st. Will I still get free parking at Disney Springs? I have a reservation for Chicken Guy. Listen to the show. Chicken Guy's going away. Stupid. God, Receive notification that this week I will not be blocked out. That's not a thing. Fuck off. God, they did a fake CGI picture, probably AI art. It's the interior of a spaceship, looks similar to the Nostromos from Alien, and is a picture of a facehugger in the Pixar style. Just announced, coming summer 2024, your chest will burst with emotion, announcing Finding Zeno. Oh my god, 20 years old, so fucking stupid.
Oh my god.
Even Sesame Place, the official Sesame Place social medias came into play for April 1st. Coming to Sesame Street in 2024, an exclusive meet and greet that sure does rock. Rocco, Zoe's pet rock, will be joining Sesame Place Philadelphia for exclusive meet and greet opportunities all season long. This is such a cool opportunity, so don't take it for granted. And they put a picture of a rock superimposed on Sesame Street. Fuck you, Sesame Place. Stupid.
Do these people get off on posting this shit?
I guess so.
They think they're hilarious.
Oh, here you go, right here. From another content creator. Breaking news. ET Adventure now requiring interplanetary travelers to pedal bikes 3 million light years to the Green Planet. Steven's famous "Don't worry, you don't have to pedal" line from the Q video will be changed to match the ride adjustment. Stupid!
Sue him! Sue him!
And finally, oh, of course, I got two more here. Or no, hold on, I got a couple more. Almost done. There's a big giant building over on I-4 named the I-4 eyesore. We can post this. Of course, someone posts grand opening April 1st every goddamn year. Sue 'em, liar. Picture of fast passes for Peter Pan's flight with a terribly photoshopped April 1st on it. Fast passes don't exist. Fake, stupid, go away, liar. Followed by a separate post. Disney just announced free paper fast passes are coming back this summer. Nope. And finally, Universal Orlando themselves also posted a picture involving the I-4 eyesore building, announcing the newest expansion for Universal Epic Universe, the I-4 gate, and it has an alligator jumping off the I-4 eyesore building. Come on! Yeah. Come on! April Fools is so dumb. You are not funny. You are not fucking funny. I can't stand you.
The only April Fool's joke I enjoy every year is Dr. Jimmy's All Secrets of Halloween Horror Nights Revealed. Those are the only ones I can stand.
You're not funny. I'm sure you're cackle laughing to yourself as you sit back and you click clack on your keyboard. Oh, I'm going to be real funny this year, guys. I'm so original. Shut up. Wall of shame, April Fools, kaput. Shut up. Sue.
Sue.
All right, Dave. Close this out with you.
So I got two quick wall of shames. One is I tend to see this on the Universal Studios page pretty often. It's when people post on there, if you're outside of Diagon Alley, if you look up in the windows, you can see the character Creature every once in a while poking his head out from the blinds. Creature being one of the Dobby-esque characters. I can't remember what they call it.
Isn't House Elf? House Elf?
A house elf, sorry. Which I just watched that movie last night, so I don't know why I wouldn't remember that. But he'll pop his head out, and people will get on there and say, yeah, if you knock on the door, he'll pop his head out. No, dumbass, he's on a timer. He is on a timer. It does not matter if you knock on the door. And then you go to the parks and you see dumb motherfuckers going up to the door and fucking knocking on it.
No.
Oh, over at Grimwald Place, fucking knocking on the door. That does nothing. It does nothing.
He's on a timer, friends.
So everybody that keeps posting online that if you knock on the door, he'll come out, it's not fucking true.
Yeah, go knock
Shut
on the
the fuck
door
up.
at Gringotts, the Dragon will breathe fire. Let me spread that rumor.
Oh, God. People will believe it, too. They'll believe it.
If you
They-
go
they will
sit
for sure believe
inside the abandoned motorbike outside Gringotts in Diagon Alley, Universal Studios, Florida, and you hit the purple button 4 times, you rev the engine twice, and then you sit up and down 3 times, the dragon will then spit fire. For sure.
So, my second wall
Your
of shame,
second one.
and this is
I'm riled up.
this is a quote.
No.
It says, this is a quote from a message. It says, "Dave, did you know this reference to Jaws exists?" And it's a picture of the bathroom with the lady with the leg. So our producer apparently thinks it's funny that every time she's at Universal to send me a picture of the one-legged lady at the bathroom and ask me if I knew about the reference. Yes, I did. I told you about the reference. Shut the fuck up. Sewer.
Sewer.
God damn it, Brennan. I'll be at work and I'll check my social media, but I got a message from Bill and Brennan. Oh, the message says, "Hey Dave, did you know about this reference?" Yeah, no shit, I fucking knew about
Did you
it.
know this is from Jaws? Jaws?
Fucking, I've at least got 3 of those messages in the last month.
Oh, get ready. Next weekend you get another.
Oh God, Dave, did you know about this reference? For those of you that are unaware, at the old Amity bathrooms, there's a female. The female bathroom sign only has 1 leg, implying that she got attacked by a shark.
Hey, do you know if you go into the Simpsons queue, you can see Doc Brown in the Beef Fried video?
Hey, Brennan, when you're editing this, did you know that the bathroom has a 1-legged lady, implying she got attacked by a shark?
What's that for?
Jaws. Sewer.
Thank you all so much for joining us for our monumental, historic episode 10 of Park Talk Radio. We can't wait to jump in for episode 11 next week and talk some park newses, visits, wall of shame, Easter eggs. Dave's gonna catch his breath. He is quite furious. Give us some love on the socials. Park
pissed
Talk
off at
Radio
our
on
producer.
all socials. Join the group. Like the page on Facebook. Send us emails, parktalkradio@gmail.com. Send us a voicemail. You'll play it on the show. Or send us a text message. We'll talk about it on the show and talk with you. 407-490-2220. Hope you have a great night. Dave, anything else?
I think I'm good to go, except for hey, Brennan, you're an ass. I just want to say thank you to Sewer. I do want to say thank you to all of our followers that do play a part in the Facebook page and do connect with us. From some of our listeners to I don't think I go a day on the Facebook without seeing Brian liking one of our posts, and it makes me feel really good. So I do want to say thank you to you guys that are still listening and still following along on our socials. It means a lot to us, and I know it's a rocky start, but I promise you we're going to give you the best news and laughs you're going to get out of a podcast. So.
Well, we'll give you something. Probably a disease.
I was going to say
I don't think we're that funny.
VD of the ear.
And we'll see you in the park.